बार you miscalculate certain things, but those are not every time. So कई बार होता है, but then it is maybe we had the pandemic, we had got some different projections for the construction and the expansion we were going, but then it was a natural calamity, it was a pandemic, so you could not blame it. You can take any decision, any organization, any future investment for growth and expansion. So finances are a very critical factor, and then how you utilize or deploy the finances wisely, that's also very important.
पता होता है gut feeling कि मुझे ये करना है, but you're with the team, so would you just go and announce in the room and say, hey, हम ही कर रहे हैं?
No, I would rather involve them so they feel part of the decision, and they'll take ownership and be involved in working towards achieving what we've decided to achieve.
So how he is able to do so many stuff?
I think so. It's his regime which is there, so he's very particular about, following a particular regime. His points are all jotted for the day, for the week, for the month. So his agenda is very clear. So even if I have to ask him, ki I want your involvement or time here, he says, please let me know when. So it's not that at random I tell him, please come tomorrow. He'll not come. All as per his
He'll
schedule.
not come?
No, only unless it's something very pressing or very urgent. Because he's got his meetings lined up for the entire, I'm telling you, virtually for a year. So his travel abroad, whether it's for leisure, his travel for the chemical plants, his visits to Fulton and all. Tomorrow again he's scheduled to travel. So today's was that we had to tell him that it is there, a special visit. So we want you to be here. So he said, I will come, and then he told you he's going.
Yeah.
Before that there was another meeting.
Yeah, there was
they were
another
doing
meeting.
some this thing.
So being regimented is the key to success.
Being regimental, and I think so following a particular regime or a schedule that you've prepared for yourself.
Wow.
So if we all have a schedule with defined timelines, with certain goals that we have to achieve, then I think so we all can be a success.
What has been working for you during your success at IIBM and your other businesses which you've done, your startups or
I think
now
so some
grown
of
up?
these qualities which I picked up, which maybe were not formally taught to me in any B school, but maybe I learned them how maybe in the traditional Marwadi families also. The children pick up certain traits from within the family, seeing how their parents work, seeing how their uncles work. So I think so these are some traits which I picked up while growing up, seeing him work, and maybe started incorporating them in my regime, my life, and that's led to being maybe coming where we've come so far, I have come so far.
Great, sir. What's your leadership style? Is it my way or the highway, or it's very democratized, or it's like taking all the inputs from everybody and then taking a decision?
No, my way would be definitely not my way or the highway. It's very, it's where I like to involve everyone, take their opinions, take their views, but eventually I say the decision has to be taken by someone, and that's where after evaluating all the pros and cons, after evaluating all the suggestions, after evaluating the risk factors involved, whether it's the financial risk or any other risks involved, then coming to a final decision. And then once a decision taken, then to ensure that we live up to it and we ensure that we deliver and perform.
सर सारे डिसीजन तो सही जाते नहीं होंगे, कुछ बुरे भी हो जाते होंगे,
कुछ गलत भी हो जाते हैं. कई बार you miscalculate certain things, but those are not every time. So कई बार होता है, but then it is maybe we had the pandemic, we had got some different projections for the construction and the expansion we were going, but then it was a natural calamity, it was a pandemic, so you could not blame it. So we decided to increase the infrastructure, but then the subsequent year the utilization was not as much. Now it was a good decision, it was a decision in the right direction with good intentions, but then because of certain things the entire nation faced, entire world faced, humanity faced, you can't say I made a wrong decision. So it involved financials, it involved a lot of other impacts, but then the intent was right, the direction was right. It is just that maybe things did not work that particular year. But then subsequent years things worked, and what was done then has borne fruit.
Got it. Sir, is it financial thought process an important measure or metric for taking a decision for you?
It has to be, and it is very much,
Yeah.
because finances define where and how far you can take any decision, any organization, any future investment for growth and expansion. So finances are a very critical factor, and then how you utilize or deploy the finances wisely, that's also very important. And if not finances, you have to look at the cost of financing, which is again a burden, because cost of financing till the time your projects bear fruit or reach completion is again a factor which has to be factored into the overall budget.
Understood. So say you have to set up a factory, right? Or you have to set up a school or a college or सारे आपके businesses के नाम ले रहा हूँ मैं. तो and हमारे पास पहला step क्या होता है sir? पहला is idea, and people want to do startups. All these kids, 20, 21 year old.
Everyone.
And some of them have got an idea, some of them are thinking. Say they've got an idea. What should be the first step? How they should plan things up?
I feel it's very important people do their business plan in place. They work out their numbers. They work out the long-term results that can be gained, and then get into something. And of course, most important is finances, self-finance, and the finance which is going to be the borrowed finance.
Bank से कितना लेना,
Bank
कितने
से
टके
कितना
पे?
लेना.
Yeah.
At times people fail because they are not very strong on the aspect of their finances or the projections they've made and the overall business plan. So if a person is very sure of the business plan, if he's very sure of what the revenues are going to be, I don't think so there is any reason anyone can fail or any project can fail. We've had, of course, some projects which did not work out, but then it was not because of, the basic reason, or let me put it the other way, was maybe because of bad partners, maybe was because of lack of trust between the partners or the faith or the trust deficit, but it has never been because of a wrong business plan in place.
Got it. Is it a lot of Excel sheets involved? Is it a lot of PPTs involved?
A lot of Excel sheets, a lot of number crunching.
Yeah.
That is, I think so, that's the main crux.
Yeah.
So that is the most important, and a lot of market intel. So when we set up a chemical plant, we were one of the 5 in India. Now we are the largest in India, and globally we are the 3rd largest.
Wow.
So we had our
The potassium permanganate one.
The potassium permanganate.
What's the name of this?
Magnesia chemical.
Magnesia chemical.
So we had our business plan in place. We had our goal set, and from being one of them in India, who was at one point of time threatened by the other companies that we will shut you all down, we are now the largest in India, and globally we are the 3rd largest.
Wow.
So if your, as I said, if dealings are clear, if your vision is very clear, and if you've set your goals, which have to be achieved by the team together, I see there is no reason why any organization or person cannot be a success.
Excellent. So coming back to our main theme of decision making, हाँ ठीक है. तो sir, there is a saying which says कि दिन में आप 2 या 3 decision ले सकते हो, उसके बाद नहीं. In fact, Steve Jobs used to wear a black shirt, a turtleneck shirt, and a blue jean because he said, I don't want to waste my one decision of choosing कि मुझे क्या पहनना
चाहिए.
And he said, I also want to have minimalistic in his house, etc., etc. So, how do you think, like, banda, we have got unlimited neurons in our brain, can we take more decisions? What's your take? क्या आप भी थक जाते हो 2 या 3 हो गए बस कर यार अभी ये कल देखेंगे?
I would say it depends on what is the criticality and what is the decision to be taken. One is wearing something as against eating something, as against maybe going to dine to a place, as against finance or decisions which involve financial implications, decisions which involve lives of people who are associated with you. So I feel it is the kind of decision which has to be taken which maybe involves you to think and then evaluate. So it's not just a decision. So if I'm looking at maybe establishing our university, that is a decision which will involve a lot. It will involve finances, it will involve location, it will involve lives of people, the stakeholders associated, the alumni. Whereas just a decision of maybe buying a t-shirt or maybe buying another car. So I feel the decision it depends, or decision making depends on the type of decision also.
Excellent.
And what are the stakes involved in it.
Excellent. You as a person, do you think you take all the decisions right? कि गलतियाँ होती रहती हैं?
नहीं, कई बार गलती भी होती है.
होती हैं.
बिल्कुल. At times हो सकती है या होती भी है. But as I said, the important decisions, they are all well evaluated. We've got a CA who does the number crunching. We understand it very clearly. So as I said, गलतियाँ more or less have happened in decisions that are general small, but major or critical decisions are where a lot of analysis is done, a lot of brainstorming and homework is done, a lot of number crunching is done, a lot of projections are made, after which a evaluated or a calculated decision is emerged at.
Wow.
So as I said again, I will repeat, the type of decision, it is where we involve the people also and then come to that.
Great. Sometimes sir, you know the answer, you really want to do it. So sir, कई बार क्या होता है कि पता होता है gut feeling कि मुझे ये करना है, but you're with the team. So would you just go and announce in the room and say, hey, हम ही कर रहे हैं? Or do you think you need to do that activity where it should come out of the team decision, you'll discuss with them and then fine tune your answers? Which is your leadership style?
No, I would rather involve them so they feel part of that decision. And they'll take ownership and be involved in working towards achieving what we've decided to achieve. So you know, the minute you just go and say, I have decided to do this, at times then the team feels, why were we not involved, why was our view or opinion not taken? So I feel a better way is when you explain them what the vision is, when you explain them why a decision is being taken, seek their views. I feel it's always good to have devil's advocates at times, and then come to the decision. I feel it is more inclusive, there is more ownership, which is one quality which I am seeing is really lacking in the industry. People don't want to take ownership. You ask them, assign something, they'll do it, but they'll leave it at the end of the day. The quality of taking ownership, seeing an activity through till the end is something very important. I feel the best way to, in today's times, to involve people is to involve them from scratch, from ground up. I think so.
Then they own it better.
Yes,
How do you make people? I've met Poonam ma'am, your dean. She's the dean of the school as well, and I met many people inside the organization which you worked for. How do you make people own things up? Is there a set remedy? Because ये जो भी लोग सुन रहे हैं कल को स्टार्टअप करेंगे, डिसीजंस लेंगे लाइफ के अंदर, इनकी भी टीम होगी, एंड फिर CTO रखा, CTO भाग गया, प्रोडक्ट हेड रखा, वो भाग गया, ये उसने किया, नहीं हुआ. देयर पीपल लाइक दिस आल्सो, राइट? नहीं हुआ साहब, राइट?
बिल्कुल है,
राइट. हर तरह के लोग होते हैं, और कुछ लोग एब्सकॉन्ड कर लेते हैं, भाई आएगा ही नहीं कल से ऑफिस, और ये जेनजी में बहुत ज़्यादा दिखने को मिल रहा है.
जेनजी में बहुत ज़्यादा है,
राइट. एंड 3 महीने करेंगे, इंटर्नशिप खत्म एंड सॉर्टेड. So how do you put that ownership in the kids and the students at young age?
I feel, or maybe the Gen Z and the senior lot has got different values, but I feel the most important quality is we have to have faith on people, give them or empower them to take decisions, give them the authority, and then don't keep questioning them time and again. So let them have the freedom of decision making, empowerment, and they will take ownership. As far as the Gen Z and all is concerned, I feel one has to empower them, have faith on them, yet you may have to guide them because they are maybe at times very impulsive. So one may have to guide them and make them see the better sense in it and how you can make them take ownership of it. So in most of our brick and mortar, the manufacturing firms, or even at IIBM, the leadership team who is here, the biggest quality is we've said you are empowered to take your decisions. They've been given authority, they've been given delegation. So they take it, and I'm very lucky. Our entire team, the delegation that has been given to them, they are taking it and doing wonders.
Wow. Wow.
So I think so the key is delegation. Most important thing would be having trust and faith on the people and not doubting the decisions they take, so that they feel they own their decision.
Thank you so much, sir. Pleasure,
Thank you.
pleasure,
Absolute
pleasure
pleasure.
meeting you, sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Cut. अच्छा, एक ना इंट्रो भी ले लेते हैं सर.